Just in, your statement is defamatory. Reuben Abati tackles Atiku over allegations against Akpabio. Welcome to Synod Media. Please subscribe to our channel, like, comment, and share our videos. Also put on your notification button to get notified of our updates. Nigerian journalist Reuben Abati has berated former Vice President Atiku Abubakar over allegation of corruption leveled against the Senate President, Godswill Akpabio. Naija On Point reports that Atiku, during an interview with Nigerian journalist Adesuwa Giwa Osagi on the program Untold Stories, said Akpabio is not only corrupt, but also has a history of abusing women. Well, first of all, that comment Atiku made, he started by berating the administration of Tinubu for corruption, and he emphasized, say he talking with a full chest, and the next word was on Akpabio, that Akpabio is not only corrupt, but he had reports. He was having reports of Akpabio with a history of abusing women. The kind boldness with which these statements were made, it will make you wonder, say, these are areas mortal men will fear to tread. But coming from a former vice president, Turaki Adamawa, to categorically make the declaration that Akpabio is not only corrupt, but also has the history of abusing women, is I don't know how to put it. It's shockingly intriguing. And I know the last is yet to be heard concerning this matter, because these are matters. Even people know they talk, reach this one, they'll sue them. How much more for this glaring statement from the former vice president? However, reacting to the statement, Reuben Abati, during a Rise television morning show, described Atiku's statement as defamatory. Reuben is a lawyer and also a renowned journalist. So, of course, he's familiar with the laws of libel and defamation. So it is easy, even a layman would know that the statement the former vice president made was defamatory. So he should not be called another name. But what is perplexing here is the authoritative manner the vice president said those words to describe the Senate president. Is this politics being played out here? And make you put down the opposition, so that in the eyes of the public, he would lose every respect, and even as the Senate president. If this is how politics is played, then it gets one, to be worried, because characters are being defamed here. Reuben stated that Akpabio can ask Atiku to prove the allegation of corruption against him, having not been convicted in that regard. Meanwhile, Atiku has addressed his decision not to select the current Minister of the Federal Capital Territory, Nyesom Wike, as his running mate in the 2023 election, stating that he has no regrets about the decision. In a forthcoming interview for the television show Untold Stories with Adesuwa Giwa Osage, which is set to air today but was obtained by Daily Trust, Atiku responded to questions regarding the leadership crisis in the People's Democratic Party that followed his choice of Ifeanyi Okowa as his running mate. You know, as you can see, this Senate President remarks Atiku made, I'm sure, will come up as matters arising, because these were heavy, scorching remarks, and he said them as someone who has documents to prove, to validate his position on the person and character of the Senate President. Now, let us see what the Senate President would do about this. Let us see how his reaction would be. But would this help the case of Natasha in any way? For a personality like Atiku to come up on air to say the Senate President has the history of abusing women, would that help the Natasha narrative to be understood by Nigerians and the world at large? If the Senate President has that history, then why did Nigeria still see him fit to head the Senate? Some will say it was the courts that brought him in. But is that to say the courts can bring anybody in to head democratic institutions in the country? You know, these and many more are likely matters to come up from this Atiku's interview.